All right, everyone, welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic with me, Mangy Panda. If you're calling our last episode, we started laying in the basic civilian infrastructure we're going to need for our starting little town and planned out, got all of our construction stuff done and everything ready to go. So if you see here, we've got the temporary aggregate storage and the loading facility set up. So let's go ahead and make sure we get these guys. They're going to be loading gravel, the custom house, and they're going to come over here to unload that gravel, and they'll keep it 90% full. Then we want to make sure we give them a little bit of time to get some gravel in there. Then we'll start switching over all the other construction offices to pick up from here instead of going to the customs house. Now, what we want to do today is we want to start planning in some of the housing for our beginning city here. But also, I'm thinking I may move the fire station. I'm not sure yet. I think I might move it a little bit farther out. Because if we're going to put like construction here, because here's our source of gravel right here. We either got that one or we go over here to this one right here. I want to make sure that that fire station potentially has the coverage of that area. That might be too far. That one's a little closer. So let's see. I don't know. We'll think about it. Right now, the construction on there is paused. Well, I try to decide. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start laying out right in here. Since we've got our water treatment plant on this side, we'll make sure this is the first side we build up. We'll probably turn this into, yeah. We'll start with our industry here. So we'll probably leave the fire station, get like our heating plant here, and some starting industry just to be able to make some money. And what we're going to use for housing in this particular setup is these mods by, once again, by Billman 007. So we got the Series 8504. So they're 84% quality of flats. This one holds 118 workers. This one holds 59 workers. Now, what that quality flats is, it's important from the fact that it's a soft cap on how high you can raise the happiness of your citizens. Without some extra work, their happiness can't go above what their quality of flats is. So if you look at like, this is the one that most people use, the flats bricks, it's 87%. This one's only 70. So you're going to start at a penalty, more or less, compared to having this one. The other houses we're probably going to use is these 439 A's right here. So they're a little bit taller. So like here is the 439A, all right? And that one, that's the biggest one. It holds 504 workers. You compare that. So here's the 8504. You can see, come on. That one's close to, not quite twice as tall. It's quite a bit taller, so it packs in a lot more workers, because this is 100 workers, so you could fit, a couple of those in there plus a little bit more. That one right there. So those are, and then we've got some smaller ones like that. So there, that's a more comparable. So this is 300 workers, but it's quite a bit bigger. So that's what we're going to be using our housing in our starting city. Again, just to make the housing look a little bit different. Because again, everybody, like I said in the previous season, everybody, whenever you watch anything on YouTube or everything, everybody just builds this over and over and over again until they unlock all the prefab buildings. Then they go and they build, where is it? Right here. The Dnipro Flats, pretty much. And just over and over and over again. And it gets very boring, monotonous. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and lay in some starting footpaths, just so we kind of know where our housing is going to be fit inside those areas. All right. So let's start with, oops, sorry about that, wrong button. And we get, yes. We can get this guy in here. Or what about this guy? Yeah. So right there. And if we put some trash surfaces in here real quick. So let's take that bit of road out. And again, we're going to keep using the big trash cans. I prefer the flexibility that they give you. All right, let's fix that road. No, don't. All right, so we're just going to need to move him back a little bit farther. Think about there. Then yeah, that'll work. It's going to be close enough. All right, so we got that one in there. Make sure. Okay, yeah, we want to put. Oh, I didn't want to approve all that. No, it's just the rail. It doesn't matter. Turn active construction off. Right now we're just going to be in planning mode. And go back into housing. Oh, again, apologize, wrong button. We go and we have a footpath. There's our store. No, I don't want to connect there. Let's back this up a little bit. Right there. Okay, then we get this guy. There like that, so he's got coverage. him there. And we're over here. You still got trash coverage. I don't think. Oh, he does. It's still within range. All right. Right there works. And that's going to be all our trash coverage we can get from him, which is perfectly fine. So if we run past there, sorry about that. I keep the wrong button. I'll be hitting Control, not Shift. So he can go there. Okay, and if we run let's put you there. And you there. And we're not going to get him close enough to be able to get that trash service. That's fine. So what we'll do is go ahead. Nope. That one. That. Gonna run that past there. And we'll take another one of these guys. Right there. Right there. Now, if we put a trash here, Will it be able to reach all of these guys? I think it should. Alright, so you... Alright. Wow, he'll actually cover everybody with this guy. Oh, okay, that's even better. Even better. What we can do is we can put in... Sorry guys, I don't know why I keep doing that. Oh, those temporary power lines were in the way. That's fine. Alright. And that's enough housing right there to get us started. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start planning in the city services. So we're going to come over here. Start with sewage. You always want to do your sewage first. And the reason is because it rolls downhill. So without using a sewage pump, you can't get your sewage to go up because there's no pressure behind it. It just relies on the flow of gravity. So there has to be a downward slope in all your sewer. So you want to lay that in before you lay in your water, heating, electrical, anything like that else that's going to be going underground, because those can go down and back up to get around like sewer pipes and stuff like that, or your sewage, you can't do that. All right, so we're going to put in switch here, a switch here, and a switch here. Always go with the biggest sewer pipe, because the last thing you want is for your poop to back up. Okay, that's just bad. It's bad for you. Then we'll come over here. The other nice thing about spacing these footpaths out that far is it makes a perfect spot to get my utilities in there. Look, so sewage pipe fits in there. Water substation fits in there. Electrical substation fits in there. Everything's great. All right, so the other thing we're going to need for sewage is we're going to need to measure some heights. All right, so we're 15, 14s, up to 18. So we're going to put in, and where can we put our switches? Right in here. And that should be, we can put them right in here inside the roundabout. That should be plenty good enough. Oh, did I put that as asphalt? Oh, dang it. Did not want to do that as asphalt. All right, well, real quick. You. Okay, get you up to high priority and let me know when that's done. All right, so we'll put in switches here. So we'll do one here. And one here. And our sewer tanks. We're going to just make sure we have plenty of sewer coverage. All right, so we're going to put one here, one here, one here, and one here. All right, so that's hooked up. All right, so let's run our sewer lines. We'll do the ones from the tank or from the switches first. So you're going to come down over. Yeah, we got a dip right there. I was afraid of that. Oh. Let's see, so yeah. All right, we need to come this way. You're gonna need to come to maybe there. Still above the terrain. Farther out. This is why you always run your sewage first. Or am I going up? This is why so many people have problems with sewage, is because you got to look at how the terrain slopes as well. We're just really... Alright, so... get rid of that. And we get a better looking junction. Oh, wait. How did I... And that... What's this? If I ran it this side, would it be any better? But no, it's that dip right there. Oh well. Okay, we need to turn snapping back on. That's our problem there. Let's get halfway decent looking. Pipes running through here. Above the terrain. Where is it above the terrain at? All right. Sometimes when you're lining your sewer pipes up next to each other like this, you'll get that error a lot. And if you just do it in shorter segments, you'll be all right. And there we go, just like that. All right, so that's our first sewer line in. So we are going to run you. Just come over and plug into there like that. You are going to come you are going to come down to there. Keep everything all nice and tidy as much as we can. And you'll go into there. Now you will come down to here. And into there. I don't really... Can we get a little bit better connection there? Oops. Let's see what we can do. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then you are the last one. Yeah, that's gonna... Oh, I didn't really want to plug it into this switch. So if we get rid of that, and that goes over there. No, no, no. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that whole thing. Go back to what we had. Come on. Right there. And then this guy is just going to come down to here. Like that. All right, there we go. That's that. All right, good. We got that finished. There. Now we might as. They're going to go finish the factory connections. I really don't care about the factory connections right now, but my dump trucks already have the asphalt. Oh, that's right. We need to switch you over to picking up from there, and you over to picking up from there. So we don't have to. So it will automatically change if we go gravel. Now it's saying truck aggregate loading. You don't have to select this, then click on that. Then we're going to copy that over to him, and him. Where are we at on this? All right, so we are ready for workers here. Let's get them over there. And while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and some our basic tunnels. Like so. Just so as we're planning in the rest of the stuff, we kind of know where we're at. All right, we don't need to know our height anymore. And now for our water. And a good rule of thumb for water is water and sewage have the same coverage area of effect. So wherever you have sewage, that generally is where you want to make sure you've got water really close. So we'll put one there. One there. Oh, a little too far. One there. And one there. All right, and we've got our water treatment plant here. And we're going to want a couple of water towers. So we're going to put one of those here and the other one here. Then we need a couple of pumps. Big water pumping stations. One here. One here. Again, go with the big water pipes. So that there, that into there. You will go into there, and this one will go into there. Then we need some water switches. So we'll put our first water switch right here. Coming out from there. And you will feed right into there. And you come up here. Why am I... What is that? Okay, that needs to go. Okay, so you're just... Okay, that was weird. All right. Water pipes. So we want to be... Get rid of that. All right, so you're going to come over to here. And over to here. Because where else do you want to run your clean drinking water than right beside your poop pipes? And we will dip down. Whoops. Going a little crazy here, not paying attention to where we're going. Right there. Just like that. And that's a lot of extra piping we don't need. All right, let's get rid of that. And into there like that. Then you So right now, I don't like it, but right now it's all about saving money, and so the shortest path to the water is going to be the best bet. So that's less steel that we have to put in these pipes. I would like to have everything running all nice and neat and everything, but we just can't afford that right now. And we'll put our other water switch, we'll say right there will work. Drop it down and back up. And from you to you. All right, so there's our water laid in. Now what we're going to need to do is we need to set up some water wells. So we're just going to go with the small water wells so that we don't need people. And excuse me. I think right here. Yeah, that should work. We're just going to want 4 of them. 1, 2. Those are too close. 3, 4. All right, let's try this again. All right, let's go 1, 2. 3, 4. The reason we're going with 4 is because each one of these outputs 70. Whoops, wrong one. 70 cubic meters of water per day, and the water treatment large does 300. So that's 280 cubic meters. Our large pipes only handle 127 cubic meters, so that's more water than we can transport in the pipes we've got running, and it's a little bit less than what that can run, but it'll work. Then we need water pumping stations. Now, the throughput limit on a big water pumping station is about 128 cubic meters. It's pretty well about the same as a large pipe. But since that's the output that we've got going here, we can go ahead and normally you'd want 1 large water pumping station for each tank. As a matter of fact, we still, you know what? We're still going to do that. And we'll get rid of that water pipe. All right, so you're into there, you're into there, you to there, and you to there. All right, so this is going to go to here. What is in the way? All right. Go down 1, 2, 3. Wow, we gotta go. Okay, no. So we will run, yep, we'll run 1, 2, 3. Run, come on. Snap. All right, now you will go to that pipe. You'll go there. You'll go there. And you'll go there. All right, so now we've got our water from our wells coming in. It's going to be treated, pumped out into the water towers, and then sent out to our town. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and set all that up. And where are we at? So we've got... Let's speed it up a little bit so we can get these factory connections finished. We'll suspend that one because nobody's coming there, nobody's coming there. You've got a vehicle coming, you've got nobody coming. All right, so you notify me when finished. So where, like heating, so if we do, you know what, I've got those bulldozers sitting there. While I've got them sitting there, we can go in and get rid of part of this hole right here. Then I may end up rerunning the sewer line so they're a little straighter, more direct. We just get rid of some of this dip. We should be able to do that. Only have 2 bulldozers there, so it takes a little bit of time. All right, so whoops, what's our height at now? We're at 2. So we would have to come out to probably like here. And this is so slow with 2 bulldozers. All right, well, you know, I may do that off camera and then just rerun the sewer lines through here so that they don't have to go that far out. It's more of a straight shot because right now one of these sewer lines, yeah, they're broken into sections, so it's hard to tell, but they're expensive. Sewer's expensive to build. All right, so you just go home. Your new home is going to be here. But anyways, what we're going to do to figure out, what did I just approve? Probably the water. All right. That one's done. Where are we going to put our heating plants? So thinking want to be about over in here. So for right now, we'll just temporarily put him there. Right, so we've got the heating plant there. And we're gonna want to set up some industry over here to start making money. So if we run, so to start off with, a lot of your industries locked behind research. So there's not a whole lot you can do to start with. So you can farm. Okay, it's a viable option. You don't need workers to do it, but it's not very profitable. Okay, you can make food. Well, what's it take to make food? It takes basically 2 crops for every 1 food that you're going to make. Okay, well, let's look at our economy here. Let's look at current prices. All right, so crops, they cost us about 18. We'll call it 20 just to make math easy. All right, and food, we look here, we can sell it for 100, we'll say 120, or actually right here, sorry, 110. So we spend $40, 40 rubles, and we make 110 rubles. So 70 ruble profit. Okay, that's pretty good. We could make alcohol. What's alcohol take? Well, basically you take 30 tons of crops and you make 6 tons of alcohol. So it takes 5 crops. So there's 100, right? Because we already know our crops are costing us 20. We go back over here. Whoops. What does alcohol? Okay, it's 200 and we'll call it 250. So now we're making 150 profit. All right, like that. Now what's our production rate? So we make 20 food a day or 6 alcohol a day. So that takes 170 workers. This takes 100. So not that big of a difference in workers. So if we made 6 alcohol and we sold all of it at, what would we say, 170, so that's a little over 1,000 rubles a day. If we sold 20 food at, what do we say, we were making 70 rubles a day, so it's be about 1,500. Okay, we could make meat. Okay, it just takes, again, it takes food. So 20 food is 10 livestock, and 150 livestock makes 60 meat. So we'd need 15 of these. So now you're looking at, what's that, 3,300 tons of crops to make. So basically it's still a 2 for 1. Okay, and if we go to meat, it's much better than food. But other things you can do your construction industries, which these can produce a lot. So like gravel, cement, concrete. Now, concrete and asphalt you can't really export, but we could do bricks, we could do cement, we could do gravel, we could do wood. Problem is, they're not worth much individually. So the amount that you could move on a truck is just not worth setting that up as an industry to support your economy. We've got oil and we've got coal, but as of right now, if you look at the map, we don't know where they're at because we haven't researched that. And I'm not going to pull them out and look. Of course, I do that and there's oil right there. and look like, oh, where's that, and scour the map like so many people do. Of course, that just kind of ruined it, that we've just happened to pull it up right there on top of an oil source. So this may not be where... Yeah, there's a little oil there. We'll figure that out later. So we don't really know where that stuff's at, okay? Metallurgy, iron. We can do iron. We can even make steel, but we don't know where our iron's at. Yeah, I'm sorry, we can't make steel because we haven't learned that yet. That's advanced. All of this stuff is locked. But then you have clothes. Well, we can make clothes. We can do fabric. So fabric takes 4 crops to make 5 tons of fabric. And then you take those 5 tons of fabric, basically, and you convert it into 2.4 tons of clothes. So 5-to-1 ratio, basically, or no. So you're taking 20 tons of crops and you're making 2.5 tons. So we'll say 10. So $200, 200 rubles. And if you look at current prices, we'll go to clothes, 1,200. So we're making 1,000 rubles. So this is one of our best bets to set up food, alcohol, and clothes, because they all use crops. You can even work meat in there if you want. So we want to set that all up right in this area. So we want to have, just as a rough layout, you want a warehouse, and you want a big warehouse. So that's our biggest warehouse that we have, okay? And then you want to connect that to a food factory, and you want a distillery, and you want another food factory. So why do you want 2 food factories? Well, because we have maintenance and repair on, and so periodically the machinery in these factories needs to be replaced. When that happens, the factory shuts down. So you want to make sure you have another factory that's running while this one's having its machines replaced, so that you don't stop producing food. Because if you stop producing alcohol or you stop producing clothes, your people will get mad, but they won't start starving to death. You go without food and you don't catch it, that's could very easily lead into a death spiral. And in this game, no matter how far along you are, death spirals happen. All right, so then the last thing we would want is we'd want a fabric factory. And each fabric factory is big enough to power 2 clothes factories. All right, just like that. Now, if we wanted to make meat, so let's go back into food. We would need a livestock farm, okay? And then the livestock farm would have to feed into a slaughterhouse. Now the slaughterhouse would be operating at a greatly reduced capacity, because this only produces 10 livestock per day, where this uses 150. So you're working at 1/15th capacity, but you would still get a little bit of meat a day, so you'd get, what, 4 tons of meat a day? So probably enough to feed your people, maybe not enough to export, a little bit to export. But then you would also need a meat storage, because you can't store meat in here. Then what we would want, with all of that set up, is we would want some train cargo station. Okay, so it's going to connect to the warehouse. It's going to allow you to drop off crops into the warehouse and then pick up all the different things that you're making and deliver them to the border to sell. Then you can have your distribution office, which to start off with is going to be buying all of those same items from the border and distributing them to the shopping center and to the pub instead of picking up from the border, it can just pick up from over here. And that's going to be our plan for our next episode. I'm going to spend some time off camera, kind of maybe leveling this out to rerun those sewer lines. We'll get this set up, get our heating plant in place, because we're going to need that right away. Then we can run our heating lines, get our heat exchangers and everything in here, and really just focus on getting the town ready to get people moved in. My goal is by 1962, we have people living in a town. We'll see if we can meet that. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you later. Have a good day.